Good afternoon, my lovely followers. It's your queen, Sarah. I hope everyone's week is getting off to a good start. I hope all my lovely followers are having a good, productive Monday. Mine started a little late, but I think it's going to be decent. Anyway, unless you live under a rock, like I'm sure you've heard about the incident in Australia. And yes, that's what we're going to be discussing today. Like, you knew it was coming. Like, there's no way I couldn't not talk about it. You know? Like, we got to talk about the incident. And before we begin, I just want to remind everyone once again that I do not condone violence. I do not encourage violence. I do not promote violence. You should comply with all your state and local laws. I'm not encouraging violence against anyone. And I'm not anti-Semitic. I have no problem with decent non-Zionist Jews. Like Norman Finkelstein and Jewish Voice for Peace. But anyway, with that like little disclaimer out of the way, let's begin talking about Australia and the false flag event. Because that's what it is. The Zionist lobby is getting desperate for sympathy. And they cooked up this entire scheme, this entire event, to try to get back public sympathy. It's not going to work. Like, they've lost us. They've lost the young people. The only ones who unquestioningly support this crap are the evangelical retards, the evangelical Zionist retards, and the oligarchs. Everybody else has jumped off the Zionist ship and has turned on them. So yeah, this is ultimately going to fail because it's not going to bring back public support for Israel. It's not. It's not going to bring back Gen Z. It's not going to bring back the millennials. They've already lost us. We're not going to support the Zionist apartheid state. No matter what. Doesn't matter how many false flags they pull off. Or how much the news wants you to cry for them when these things happen. Make no mistake, my lovely followers, what happened in Australia was a false flag. It was probably pulled off by some type of intelligence agency. I don't know which one. It could have been any of them. Could have been Mossad. Could have been CIA. Could have been somebody, an intelligence agency within Australia. I don't really know what the Australian intelligence agencies are even called. But this is not an organic incident. This is not an organic attack. This was a false flag. This was a false flag event designed to create sympathy for the Zionist cause, and it will fail. Because we're not coming back. People are still not coming back. And it doesn't matter how many false flags they do. They have lost us. We're not coming back. We're not going to come back to the plantation. We're not going to go back to supporting Israel in all these wars. Nope. And the CBNs and the Fox Newses and all the retarded Zionist media are already on there crying and falling over themselves to bend over further and spread their cheeks farther for Israel. You know, they just want to pull their cheeks apart as far as possible for their Zionist masters. They just love it so much. They just love to bend over and spread those cheeks for them. And leave everybody else who actually lives here and pays taxes high and dry so we can have a bunch of foreign wars that don't benefit America. Like, look up Propaganda and Company. I already have a playlist about it's called False Flag Down Unda, Mate. My playlist for this incident. A playlist that I fully expect to grow as I learn new information about it. But if you guys want information, you can check out that playlist. It's got some great information, and it's growing, and I plan to expand it in the future. But what I can tell you is that this is a false flag. And one of the victims, I say that in parentheses, of this attack was actually a war criminal. Like, look up my playlist. One of the victims was a war criminal from Israel. Like, I'm sorry, like, I do not condone what happened. I do not condone what those people did at all. I do not condone that kind of behavior, but, like, I also don't feel bad when a bunch of war criminals have something bad happen to them, you know? I don't care. It's not going to change my mind. It's not going to make me tone down my rhetoric any. Just because you have a false flag. Nope. I'm still anti-Israel. I'm still America only. I still want us to stop supporting them completely. And it doesn't matter how many false flag incidents they make up. Or the intelligence agencies do. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change my mind. Supposedly the people who carried out this false flag were father and son, you know? They were a father and son who probably were recruited by some type of intelligence agency. Either that or they were part of a program like MK Ultra and were some type of mind control slaves. But either way, they worked for the intelligence agencies. That's who actually did this event. It wasn't the father and son that just decided to do this. Nope. I'm telling you, Mossad or some other intelligence agency was involved. There's no way they weren't. We're sick of this. And they're desperate. They're losing support among the young people. And the talking heads at Fox News and CBN, they're just not doing it anymore. People are just turning them out now. They don't want to hear this crap. They don't want to hear this nonsense, this pro-Zionist nonsense being spewed by the corporate right. And if you dare to call it out, well, then they're going to label you as anti-Semitic. You know, they're going to call you the woke right. Because you dare to point out the hook-nosed elephant in the room that controls our politicians. And bribes them to do policies that go against the American people. It's the hook-nosed mafia. It is. And this won't work. Yeah, they're going to have a really hard time trying to use this against Palestinians and Islam. Because, fun fact, a bystander who tackled one of the gunmen during the attack, yeah, he was Muslim. He was a Muslim who worked at like a fruit market or something in Australia. And he tackled one of the gunmen and disarmed him and got injured in the process. So yeah, they're going to have a hard time painting this as some radical Islam, considering like a Muslim helped to stop them. You know? I bet they weren't planning that. I bet they're not happy about that. Like the next time they do a false flag, they need to plan it out just a little bit better, you know? Like, I don't know how that managed to happen to where you have a Muslim that's allowed to be the hero. But that just goes completely against their agenda, you know? They want to demonize them. They want you to be scared of Islam and ignore how the Zionists are controlling you. How the Zionists are controlling you. And look, I'm not a big fan of Islam either, but like Zionism is way more of an issue than that, especially for people who live in America. Like if I lived in Europe, then I would be slightly more anti-Islam because of the refugees that are currently conquering that country, but that's a topic for another day. I think it's just ridiculous, you know? This blatant false flag. And they're going to try to use it to push support for Israel. And all the propagandists, all the evangelical Zionist cultist retards are going to be crying over themselves and spreading their cheeks wider for their hook-nosed masters. They just love them so much. They love them more than they love their own children in their own country. I feel like I've kind of been like rambling today. I apologize. I just wanted to like talk about it. The false flag. Yeah. It's been on my mind. I wanted to talk about it last night, but I didn't. I wanted to make a TikTok about it. I still might in the future. This false flag in Australia. This psyop by the intelligence agencies to try to drum up support for a cause that is completely failing, that's hemorrhaging support among young people and among people with functioning brains who aren't part of some retarded cult. Anyway, I think I'm gonna probably cut the video around here. I'm not gonna rant as long as I did Friday. I got pretty passionate then. I had fun, I'm not gonna lie, like making fun of Erica Grifter Vance. Like I had fun, guys. I hope my lovely followers enjoyed that. I know I did. Anyway, I hope all you guys have a good, productive week. I hope your Monday is going great. And I would encourage you to like and subscribe and all that streamer stuff. And thank you for supporting me. And we're off.